back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Melissa, and in today's video, as you've already seen, I've just kind of straightened up the kitchen just a little bit. I am in workout gear, which is a little unusual for me to put myself out there like that, but I got up and I did. This is day 13 of Pilates. I've been doing that faithfully for 13 days. I'm doing a 25-day challenge, also including other activities like, of course, pickleball, obviously pickleball, because everybody knows we love pickleball around here. So doing pickleball and walking on the treadmill, walking/running on the treadmill, just staying active, making sure I'm staying active. Plus also trying to eat right and not eat super late at night and all the good things I'm trying to do. Toby, shh. My husband's outside working on, finally getting back to working on the chicken coop, which if you've been around, you know the sad story of the chickens. So, pardon how I look. I have not done my face. You know, I didn't get a shower yet this morning. That will be to come. But I know that I knew that I was going to get up and do exercises. And then I am actually headed outside to work. Toby, hush. Shh. No, you hush. Go lay down. But I'm actually headed outside. It is Saturday, Saturday before Mother's Day. So I'm actually headed outside. I'm going to work in the garden today and actually plant. If you saw the videos where we set it up, everything is set up, but it has been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I have not planted anything in there yet because I was waiting till Mother's Day weekend to plant. Plus, it's been pouring down raining. We've had some crazy storms. I'll insert a clip right here.
That one was close.
That's good.
Did you get there? Did you get there on video? Where was it?
That was terrible.
Did you hear that?
I felt it.
That was bad.
My seat turned into a massage chair. All right.
That was scary. Whew. Okay, that's enough filming of the storm. Okay, so as you can see, that storm was a little crazy, and I went outside on the porch. That was me going outside on the porch, and I'm gonna video the storm. And boy, when that clap of thunder and lightning hit, it sounded super close, and yeah, startled me and scared me to death, and I ran inside. So, but we've had some crazy storms. We even had hail the one evening, and it's just been, you know, crazy. So there's no rain today. I think they're calling for rain this week, so which will be good if I plant today, and you know, then they'll get water this week. I am no gardener. I don't really have a green thumb, but I enjoy trying. So don't follow me if you want a tutorial on. I do know how certain things grow and how much space certain things will need. Not all, but I know what certain things will need. Like I want zucchini, but I also know that zucchini grows big and it will take over. So I think I'm only going to get 2 plants of zucchini, and possibly put two in the one big bin, if you saw. I'll show you. But possibly going to do that. And then I know I want some peppers, and I'll have to think about whatever else I want to get. I need to map it out, plan it out before I go. But in today's video, I figured I would show you the garden, me working on the garden, getting it all set up. I'll take you to the, I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Lowe's or if I'm going to go to the, there's a local, like a nursery nearby, and I love going there and walking around for flowers and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go there today or if I'm going to wait and go there when I buy my flowers for my front porch, because that is still a video that I need to do because the porch needs cleaned off. But we are still in school, and so I think we have 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. We have 5, 10, I think we have like 14 or 15 days left. So we're getting down to the wire. But when I tackle big projects like that, I like getting started first thing in the morning and having the whole time to work and not have to like work and then stop and have to leave to go back to work. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. If I'm going to wait or if I'm going to do it before. But it definitely needs to be done because it's nice enough in the mornings. I want to go out and enjoy sitting on the porch, but it's disgusting. Today is just going to be garden with me, and we're going to get the garden set up. So without further ado, let me take you outside. Let me get my shoes on, take you outside, and I will show you the status of where we are, because there's some weeds growing in there from when I planted and everything, and I need to weed eat around it. So that's going to be done. It's going to be taken care of. But like I said, we've had a lot of rain, so let me get my shoes on. Let's go. All right, so as you can see, this is the status of where we are. I have lots of grass and weeds growing up in through here. I need to weed eat that down and possibly spray some weed killer along this edge because it's going to be difficult to get back to. But a few weeds in the inside. It's inevitable. You know, you're going to have to. So I've got to pull a few weeds down here. A few weeds over here. And then the flower beds, I gotta weed these a little bit, get those, but I have dirt. Now this, I've got to change, because all the rain, this has tons of water in it, and I need to take the plastic out of here, drill some holes, and get this fixed. My husband's probably gonna have to help me with that, because I'm not gonna be able to lift that with all that dirt. I don't know what I was thinking, and I wasn't thinking about it filling up when it was raining. And then, so but I knew I was going to have to change it. I just forgot about all the rain. So I've got to tackle that today. Get this. Hi, Miss Bella. Did you come in to see? Did you come in to say hi? Good morning, baby girl. Good morning. What you doing? Don't drink that. That's yucky. I know, you're a dog. You're used to drinking yucky stuff, aren't you? Yeah, come on. Come on. Go on. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the zucchini in this one or this one. Possibly this one. I think this one might be bigger. It's longer. And I know zucchini grows out. So I'm thinking one plant and another plant here. Like 2 plants in this pot. That may be too much. It may only need 1. But I'm going to try 2. And we'll see. So 2 in there.
There you
go. Okay, thank you. He just brought the batteries out for the weed eater. I'm thinking 2 squash plants in here. And then I know I want to do a tomato plant, which I'm thinking tomato plant back here in this bin. You know, maybe 2 plants, one on this side and one on this side, kind of in the corners, for this bin. I'll let my husband help me decide on that. I know I want tomatoes. I know I want tomatoes, zucchini, and peppers. And maybe some cucumbers. So I'm not really for sure. We'll see. I haven't got the complete plan, but I need to get it prepped and ready before I go to the nursery, pick out what I'm going to get, come home, and then put it in here. So this is where we are. Let me get this weed eating done. Back here working on this chicken house thing again. So hopefully this thing will be gone soon, because when school is over, I want to I want to pressure wash all of the patio off again, and then I want to get, there is a paint concrete sealer or whatever that I want to get and put on the concrete. So I'm not sure. I think in one of my earlier videos I spoke and I told you how I had a guy come in to give us a quote for the concrete, to pour us like a concrete step instead of this thing, to like pour us a big concrete step. The same guy that did our carport. However, that is an astronomical amount of money right now. So, that's not in the case, in the cards. But I don't know if my husband would be willing to do it, but I would like to maybe build even like a wood, like a little deck here. Because I think that that possibly would be cheaper. But I'm not sure if he'd be willing to work on that with me or not. So, but it would at least get it all the way across, and it would be open underneath so that it's not holding stuff underneath of the step and getting like leaves. That thing holds all kinds of stuff underneath of it. And I could also make the step wider at the top to where I could place a mat. That's really why I want it, because then I could put a mat outside and you could wipe your feet before you go in. So we'll see. I'll talk to him about that. Alright, so it's weed-eated all the way around, but my husband said he has some weed killer, so we're going to spray that around the outside and kind of like spray it through the cage, the fence. But I'm actually waiting on our daughter to get home because my car is still in the shop, and I'm not sure if I told you guys in another video or not, but I had a mishap one evening. I think I told you. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But I had a mishap one evening when I was getting ready to leave for the gym. And JJ had parked her car behind me. It's her dad's car, actually. And I backed into it. Yes, I know. My car has a backup camera. But nobody normally parks behind me, and I don't use the backup camera. In my defense, I use mirrors because I'm used to driving the bus. Well, in all of my mirrors, I did not see her car because the way our driveway is, there's like a little, on the carport, there's like a little slope down, and her car is not as high as my car, so her car was down there. My backup camera, because it was below the dip, my backup camera didn't see her car, so it did not go off. So by the time it dropped off the dip, it was too late for the backup camera to go off to warn me. I was already on her car. So my bad. I came inside and was like, JJ, I need your insurance, girl. And she's like, why? I said, because I backed into your car. So it was not a good evening. I was so mad at myself. But what's done is done. You know, you can't change it. And so, but my car is in the shop. And I thought it was only going to take a week. They said it would be ready Friday, but my husband got a text or an email, and they said not till this coming Friday. So it's actually 2 weeks without a car. And I could get a rental car my insurance covers it, but I didn't because I thought, well, it's only going to be a week and I drive the bus every other day. So, you know, I don't need my car for work because the bus is here, but I don't know if I'll end up getting one or not, but that's where my car is. So I'm waiting on my daughter to get home from work. She's going to let me use her car. So I'm waiting on her to get home, and when she gets home, then I'll be able to use her car and actually go get the plants that I need to get and get that stuff started. So dumping all the water. Don't cut yourself. We just dumped all of that dirt out of here. It has a hole in the bottom of it, so I don't think I'm going to line this. I'm just going to put maybe some rocks in the bottom of it to give it more draining, and then put dirt in it. And then I think what we're going to plant, he wants me to plant rosemary and thyme in there so that he can come out and have fresh herbs and pull them for his steaks and things. So okay, so we are in the car. We're getting ready to go, and we're going to head to a local nursery. I don't remember the name of it, but oh, can you go inside and grab Daddy's his lunchbox and get an ice pack because I have to pick up his medicine, please. While she does that, I totally forgot. But we're gonna go to a local nursery. I forget the name of it, but it's a pretty big nursery and it's really nice. So we're gonna go try there. I have my list, but anyway, no, you can't go with us. You can't go, not this time. Not this time, you can't go. You have to wait here. We'll be right back. No, 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 no. No, no. Anyway, we're off. We're gonna go see if we can't find what's on my list, and then I'll take you along, show you the nursery and everything, and then we can get back and I can get started. All right, so we decided to go to the local nursery that is near our home. It's called Weber's Nursery. I couldn't think of it earlier, but it is a pretty good size nursery. They have almost everything that you could think of. And I enjoyed just walking around and looking. I mean, I had a list. I had specific things that I was going for, but we did end up just kind of walking around, browsing and looking at all the different plants and succulents here and things that, you know, I didn't buy any succulents, but it's just kind of neat to look around. I mean, and you can see they have a host of just hanging baskets as far as your eye can see. Beautiful flowers, just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of beautiful hanging plants and plants that are just smaller plants like these that you can just plant on your own. And yeah, it's just a really nice nursery to go look around. Little cactus and things like that. My daughter had the camera here, so she was kind of filming a little bit of everything. But yeah, and they actually have birds at this nursery, and they are so loud. That day they were so loud. I'm going to give you a sample of what they sounded like here in just a second. But yeah,
I mean, they're pretty to look at, but oh my goodness, they were kind of a little obnoxious after a while of being in there and you're kind of shopping and all you hear are these birds. But yeah, here's a sample of those birds. Okay, so imagine that, standing right next to them. It was even louder right next to them, but they're beautiful birds, don't get me wrong, and really cool to look at. It's really neat, especially if you have kids and you take them in there to, you know, see the birds while you're shopping for your plants or vegetables or whatever. So it's a really cool thing. But yeah, we ended up getting everything we needed. We do take a pit stop and we stop at Tractor Supply on the way home because I didn't want to buy the bigger marigold plants. I wanted smaller ones. So we stopped at Tractor Supply on the way home and picked those up there. But we were able to get everything that we were looking for, and we just enjoyed our shopping experience at Weber's.
Alright, so we're home and the car is unloaded. Let me show you what all I picked up. So, I got 2 tomato plants. Yeah. I got a beefsteak tomato plant and then a little cherry, I don't know which is which, I don't know, and a cherry tomato plant. And then I can buy cages for them later. I was going to pick them up, but I went ahead and just grabbed these. I got all of this stuff at the Weber's Farmer's Market, or the garden, I don't know what you call that place, but I got all of it there, all except the marigolds. They didn't have small in the 6 little, the little slats at Weber's. They had big ones, and I didn't want to buy big ones, and so we called Tractor Supply, and Tractor Supply had the marigolds. So all of it's Weber's except the marigolds. So I picked up the marigolds at Tractor Supply, and there is 4 in each of these. So I have enough to spread out in each pot. I got a straight 8 cucumber. So I think that's like 2 plants, 2 or 3 plants there. So I'll have cucumber. And all of these are candy onions. And there's 3 in each, and I think I got like 9 of them. Matthew told me to get, I think, more than that, but I just got 9. So we're going to put all those in that one bed. And then picked up some herbs, and these other flowers are for, so I got onions, cucumbers, tomatoes, and yeah, tomatoes. Oh, where's my zucchini? Where's my zucchini? Where's my zucchini? Did I not get zucchini? No, there it is. Black Beauty. I knew I did. Oh my goodness. I thought I was going crazy. Okay, I got a Black Beauty zucchini plants. So there's 3 in there. So I can put those in the one. And then all the rest of these are candy onions. So I've got all of my vegetables. And then all of these flowers are things that I looked up. And it said to plant with these types of plants. And it helps with, you know, the growth of them, keeping certain bugs away, and different things like that. So that's what I went ahead. These are snapdragons. Let me get my glove off. Okay, these are snapdragons, which those of you who are flower intelligent, you will know what they are, but they're very pretty. Very pretty. So they're supposed to help. I don't know with what. I Googled and researched and did some stuff, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to, like, break these apart. You know, it'll be too late if I ask y'all to tell me if I can, because by the time you see this, it will have already been done, so I'll just let you know if it works out or not. Well, that didn't work out, but it's pretty. Here, Noah, you want a flower? Aww.
She loves me, guys.
So, and then these were, what were those? Sweet, okay, they were Sweet Elysium. They have a different name, but we Googled it while we were there, and it says that this name is the same as Sweet Elysium. I don't know what the name on this is. This is Danziger. I don't know. If you can see that, then you can say it. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, Google said that that was supposed to be the same, so we went with it. And then I got some thyme and some rosemary, because that's what Matthew wanted for, like, steaks. So I'm going to put those in that one pot. And then this is chives. And then I got 4 of the basil, because some of the research I did showed that those things are good to plant in. We're going to see. You know, this is trial and error, so we're just going to have fun with it and see what happens. If it works out, yay! If it doesn't, I just wasted a lot of money. So, because plants ain't cheap, but, you know, nothing's cheap anymore, but, you know, it's all good. Hopefully it'll work out some so that we can get some benefit from it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go in here and try to start working a little bit. I hope you guys can see. It's so hard to tell with when the camera is outside, so hopefully you can see. Okay, so we noticed I forgot peppers. I wanted green and red peppers. And then looking at it now, I don't know where I'm really going to put them though. Because let me show you. So I have my 2 tomato plants in here. My chives are there because it said to plant chives. There's a lot more to plant in this little thing, so I may have to move those. I don't know what the deal is going to be here. I might have got way too much. Cucumbers there. Uh-oh. I know zucchini squash is going to need a big bed because it takes up a lot of space. That's why I have just squash in this one. And cucumbers are going to grow up. So, and then he made me get all these onions. He wanted me to get more than that, and that just looks like way too many. Might not have peppers this year, people. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to deal with what I have, and then I don't guess I'm getting peppers this year. But it's okay. you know, we'll deal with what we have. I'm just still trying to figure out, like, because of the plants that it wants me to plant with these tomato plants, seems like a whole lot in that bin. So I think I might need to switch cucumbers and tomatoes. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta figure it out. When you get all the stuff in here, it's like, that's not so big. This is a back killer, but I may have bought too much for these bins, but I bought everything that said, it looks pretty right now. We'll see if it lasts. So, I'm having fun while doing it. It's just, it is a back killer. I wish these raised beds were a little more raised, you know, because I'm like 5'10", so I'm almost 6 foot, and that's a long way down for this girl. So, but I've got the back corner planted, but I had to change stuff up. Let me show you what I did. I was gonna put both tomato plants in here, but there was not enough space. So what I did, this is my cherry tomato plant. I'm gonna plant my other tomato plant in with the onions because it says that it's good to plant tomatoes and onions together. So I'm gonna plant this one in the center of this bin, and then have the onions and marigolds around this to keep the bugs away. The reason I did that was because my husband, underneath of these, right here, I don't know if you can see if I'm pointing in the right spot, but right here, and then in the corners over there, and here, he put, which you can tell right there, he put stepping stones. So when I dig down, I'm hitting the stepping stone. I'm not hitting dirt. So I didn't want to plant the tomato plant in the corner and then over here in this corner, and it wasn't hitting ground. So I opted to change it up. So that's what I did. But everything is planted in here. I have my, what is this one? I gotta learn what they are. These are chives. It said to plant chives, which I could have bought one of those because I didn't realize they had more in each thing. So I could have, but it's okay. I'm just gonna do them like this year. Chives in the back, the marigold up here, and my tomato plant. I've got basil, marigolds all the way around here, and then marigold in the front, and then these, I forget what they were called. I told you earlier. But they said that they were good at keeping like bugs away, putting nutrients in the soil, all that type stuff. So all this stuff in here is supposed to be good for that. So we shall see. I said to get all the low branches off of it, pick them off so that you can really plant it down deep. Break up the roots. Pines on there. Oh, do that after I get a shower.
I'm not gonna be here by the time you take a shower. Yeah, fully.
Ow!
What? Got knots. It's gonna hurt.
Everybody needs to do gardening like this.
Not everyone's got a son. But you might have a pool boy.
Who's got like masseuse hands. I like when you massage my shoulders and my back to where you can feel it in my bones. And he gets it. But sometimes he gets down past my bones. Ow.
You got knots. I gotta get past them.
You want to know where a real knot is? It's right there.
Ew.
I know, I put dirt there. See, this needs to be after I'm done gardening. Let me go get a shower and then I'll lay down on the floor and you can put your feet on me. And
I'm not gonna be here.
telling you,
I
I may not be good at gardening, but I'll do gardening every year if I get this. Even if my plants die, I'll still garden.
Oh my gosh, keep going.
I gotta hurry up, this bucket's hurting my butt. Let me show you where we are. It may be way too much in this garden. It may be, might be a blunder, might be a flop. I don't know. But I had fun while doing it, and that's what matters. And you never know unless you try something, and you learn as you go. So what I learned from this year, if it doesn't work out, then I won't do it again next year, right? So let me show you where we are before we start on this other bucket. So, okay. So I had to revamp. I think it looks pretty, which is kind of cool. With all the flowers added to it to keep the bugs away, gives it some color in here, and it makes it look nice. I think so. Okay, this is my beefsteak tomatoes. Hopefully those do good because I like those for sandwiches and things. So it's got some marigolds around it to help. And I read where it's good to plant onions and tomatoes together. So hopefully that's not too many, but like I said, learning. But these are all candy onions, and those onions are amazing. They may be planted too close together. We'll see. You know, if I need more space and this works out this year in some fashion, maybe I can get another dog crate one year, add to this, make it bigger. That would be fun. And then here, which I need to knock off my plants, the mulch, or the, not mulch, but the soil. I need to dust off here, put that back in there. All that good soil, we need that. All right, so this is my cherry tomato plant. And hopefully that one will do good because I can come out here, pick some little cherry tomatoes. This one actually has some already on it if they don't die. I don't know if you can see them, but it already has like little ones on there. So hopefully they won't die and they'll actually bloom. And then I have, of course, some basil in here and marigolds planted. That's my basil plant. I've got some, I forgot what they are now. That is chives back there. So I've got chives back there. Those were things that said they were good to plant with tomato plants. And then these, which I cannot remember what I called those, but that is that pot, which it looks pretty, so we'll see. Over here, this may be a little too much for these because I know zucchini squash grow really big. and there was 3 plants, and I didn't want to waste one. So I put one over here, one in the center, and one over there. Spaced them out. Then I did the snapdragons in there with them, along with some basil on each end, and 1 marigold. I don't know. I probably should have put a marigold back there and back there, but it's okay. Those things grow so big, so they're going to need as much space as possible. Those other flowers might get in the way. I don't know. I hope not, because I love squash. I like making squash pies. And then over here, I just moved some of the snapdragon. I have snapdragon there, and then some marigolds lining the front. And these are my cucumbers. And so I'm thinking that maybe we can use the side of the cage here to help, loop those up, and maybe they'll grow up. We'll see. It's all a learning curve. Now, Noah's got some rocks in he went down and got me some rocks. So we're going to put some of these rocks in this bin, and then we are going to put some dirt in here, and then I'm going to plant the thyme and then the rosemary. So let's get to planting that, and then the garden will be finished and ready. So, all right, let's get started. I need a sign on here that says Mama's Garden, don't I? I sprayed all of the weeds around the edges this morning, and so hopefully those will die and make it a little bit easier, but it looks so pretty. I'm so excited. I hope and pray at least some of it, I hope we get some tomatoes and a couple zucchinis and some cucumber, onion. I can't believe I forgot peppers, but I don't know where I would have put them. I definitely, if this works out, I'm going to need another cage. Because then I could, and maybe it would be nice to get, one of those actual raised garden beds that's, stands tall to put in there. And then put a few things in that, I don't know what you put in that. Maybe the onions in there or something if I had a big enough one. I don't know. Let me know if you have one of those tall ones, what kind of stuff you plant in those. Or those just, maybe they're just for flowers? I don't know, maybe they are. But anyway, I've never done a garden in raised beds like this. Well, we did some last year, but we didn't really have much success up there. But I feel like this here is going to be a little easier to maintain and take care of, because one, I can look right out my kitchen window, watch how things are going, see the weeds, get out here in the morning, come out, pick the weeds. I have the water hose, which I'm getting ready to water everything. Don't worry, I'm going to water it all, and give it a good soaking. And then that way everything's nice, fresh, planted. But I wanted to plant the herbs first. So, and then, yeah, I think it'll be easier to take care of. But it looks pretty, if nothing else. It does look pretty. All right, he's coming back with the dirt, and he's been my legs because Mama's back's hurting. And then we'll mix some of that potting soil in with it too.
Yeah.
All right, so everything is planted. Let me show you guys what we got going on. The last thing is planted, so I'll show you the last little bin. The rosemary and the, I don't know what this is, thyme, I forget. So that's planted in that little bin. Hopefully it'll work out this time because it has a drain hole underneath. We put some rocks in there for draining, so hopefully that works out. We'll see. Live and learn. But that is that's the garden, friends. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I plant this little raised garden in my backyard. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, it may not work out, but right now it looks pretty. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video and planting with me and just watching. If you got any gardening tips, let me know. Obviously, if I've planted too much in a bin and, you know, I need to plant them further apart, it's going to be too late for that this year. But, you know, I'm pretty sure I've got way too many onions in there. And definitely, I should have only had 2 squash plants on zucchini plants. But I had 3 and I wasn't going to waste it. So, you know, I paid money for that stuff. So, we'll see. Maybe by next year, if this works out pretty good, maybe I can get another little bin. Or not a little bin, but another cage. And then make it longer on the back here. So, anyway, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys for joining me. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below. And Lord willing, friends, there'll be another one. I'll keep you posted. Bye.